tell me you were getting that on video. Hey guys, what's up? It's Kat here. You probably won't hear any of this, so I'll put subtitles and I'll make it brief. I never filmed an intro, but we're vlogging and we're at Universal and we're just gonna take you along and see how much footage we get. With that, I was like, who is this?
We started our day in Super Nintendo World, which I didn't know this, but it was exclusive to only Universal Hollywood and Japan, and it allowed us to get early access into the park, so we got there bright and early at 8 a.m. and so did a bunch of other people, but it was freaking worth it because look at that! Look at the dedication there! I'm not even the biggest Mario fan in the world. I didn't even have a Nintendo growing up, but I mean, just look at the commitment to the bit. Even the slippery signs were these bananas. There's Yoshi, who I would actually always play with whenever I did play Mario Kart, and I wasn't that great, so I don't know if that speaks more to me or him. First up on the docket was the Bowser vs. Mario 3D race experience. I should have memorized the actual name, but the great thing about Universal, when you're waiting in the queues, even though most of them can be upwards of 45 minutes, they still go all out. It's still entertaining to see their decor and whatnot, so it keeps you entertained throughout. We were locked and loaded and ready to go, but then I realized, of course, they saved it at the very end to mention that this was a simulator ride, which I don't actually like those a lot, but I was actually fine.
Yo, Bowser's nuts.
Next up was Revenge of the Mummy, where we realized in the queue that none of us have actually seen The Mummy, the source material, but waiting in this queue was scary, you guys. Is this supposed to be a scary movie? I was starting to panic, but there were children in line, so I figured it can't be that bad, but I still was a little bit freaked out. Afterwards, it was time for Transformers, the 3D ride, which this one was another simulator situation, so I was a little bit nervous about that, but I did fine on Mario, so I was like, what could go wrong?
The Autobots cannot protect you. They were defeated on our world, and we will defeat them here.
This? Do not do this. Do not do this. Do not do this if you like me. We'll throw the frick up. That was rough. Oh wait, that's sick.
Yeah. That actually is sick.
Just did Transformers and I feel like I'm gonna... no.
There I was, still reeling, still struggling to re-achieve equilibrium after Transformers when I saw the pearly white gates of Jurassic World in the distance, and I had a little internal panic attack because the last time that I did this ride, I was with a friend Alex, cough cough Alex, 80 edits. We were here for Universal Horror Nights, and he led me to believe that there weren't any major drops on this one, which you'll see as the posted warnings and guidelines advise. There are very extreme drops, and meanwhile I still felt like this guy after Transformers. I was panicking, y'all, bracing for my stomach to drop again.
We survived. It wasn't as scary as I remembered it being.
Afterwards, we took a little pit stop and enjoyed some cold beverages as we took in the sights of beautiful Los Angeles on this 90-degree day. It was actually super hot, but you wouldn't know because the park was still packed.
We are currently at a 70-minute wait. I repeat, the wait time is 70 minutes.
So as I mentioned, I'd only been to Universal once for Horror Nights, so I didn't get to enjoy the true actual daytime vibes and nature of the place. I love how all out they go, especially here for Krusty Land. My favorite is the juxtaposition though, because Harry Potter World is literally right next door to it. My favorite part here, of course, is the merchandise. I made it my sole mission to find every Dobby-themed gift that I possibly could. No, I didn't buy them all, but just wait, y'all. I'm gonna start a little Dobby collection. Look at him. He is my absolute favorite, so I was on a mission to find every Dobby-themed thing that I possibly could.
Dobby, it's free!
Come on. Do something, do something. Come on. Do it for the vlog.
butterbeer taste test. Oh god. I think it's good. That's butter. That is buttery, alright. It is buttery.
It's butter. Great description.
It's actually really good. It kind of tastes like a buttery root beer float. That's the only way I could think of to describe it.
I mean, she did like pour the thing out and then top it with whatever this is.
That
Like,
foam on top is good.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of tastes like a root beer float. It's kind of what it tastes like.
It really tastes like there's butter in there.
Yeah.
Like actual butter.
We're going with root beer float.
It tastes like sweet cream on top.
Yeah.
Sweet cream root beer float. That's what it's like.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's tasty. It's a nice, refreshing dessert beverage.
Good thing we did all of our roller coasters before this, I feel like.
Nothing somewhere. In the studio.
It's honestly so much better, I feel like, than people have
Yeah.
made it out to be.
It's literally like root beer with that cream on top. It's tasty.
Our final stop of the day was the world-famous Universal Studios tram tour, which is about an hour-long ride across the whole entire lot, where you see all of their sound stages. You get to go inside some of the sound stages even on the tram, see all their filming sets and locations. We made it to the Jaws portion of the tour, and y'all, I am embarrassed to say that I thought this was a real person. For the longest time, it took me way too long to realize that this was just an animatronic scuba diver that is, of course, being eaten by the shark himself. Yeah, that scared me a little bit more than I would like to admit, but it's fine. We actually saw this portion here during our first trip here at Universal Horror Nights, but of course not during the daytime. This is an actual repurposed Boeing plane that was seen in the War of the Worlds film. We continued on, and of course we got to the Psycho House. I love to see this. I loved that movie. We of course continued into the Bates Motel portion, where they let people off to go take some pictures and whatnot. I made it my mission to find Dobby one more time before we peaced out for the day, but we had an awesome time. Again, I had only ever been to Universal during Horror Nights, so I didn't get the full experience during the day necessarily, and it is a great time here, y'all. Definitely recommend. It was a beautiful day in spite of the 90-degree Los Angeles summer heat. We had an amazing time, and I'm so glad that my sister Amber could be there with us. Hope you guys enjoyed this little vlog here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all again very soon.